Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. My bad for the lack of videos this week. I was under the weather with a flu of some type. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. This is the home of the money pick. Let's get to the teasers. My first teaser. We got the Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, this is Bills +3. I'm going to add this 7 up, and I'm going to make it Bills +10. I think there's a good chance the Bills win this game. Yes, it's going to be tight. Yes, when you talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, this is the most explosive team in the NFL. They do have the best weapons in this league, and the Steve Spagnuolo defense is better than people think. We knew Spagnuolo was going to have an impact when he came, and he certainly has. So you can't underestimate the Chiefs by any means because they bring it to you on both sides of the football. But I feel like the Chiefs are a little bit vulnerable. I feel like if you're like that lion and you're hunting the caribou, you're hunting the buffalo, the water buffalo, you look at the weak one and maybe the Chiefs are that weak. They're strong, they're intense, they're immense. We know how damn good this Chiefs team is, but I'm more concerned about Mahomes' toe injury than I am the concussion. And that is the head of this team. That is what we think of when we think of the Kansas City Chiefs. We think about Pat Mahomes. We think about him rolling right. We think about him throwing it deep to Tyreek to Thrill Hill. Pat Mahomes is the Kansas City Chiefs. And without him or with a 75% Pat Mahomes, you feel like the Bills have some opportunity. You feel like there might be a window opening up for the surprise shot game. At the very worst, this has to be a close game, right? You got a Bills team, they look battle-tested. They look resilient. They didn't have their best ball against the Colts. They still won. They didn't play their best ball in the first half against the Ravens, yet that defense stepped up, and then you saw the defense eat. And that defense created a massive touchdown against Lamar Jackson. This Bills team is playing good on both units. And with a Mahomes that doesn't look like he will be at his best, you think this +10 would stand. And you do get a little bit worried about Josh Allen, not because Josh Allen's not a baller, not because he's not playing MVP tier level football. I just get worried about the turnovers. And I know Spagnuolo will be able to get that pressure on him. But I think the Bills will deal with that. I think they'll run it more. I think we'll see some read option. And the run game has to go through Josh Allen. Singletary's not good enough to carry it. The offensive line, they don't open too many run holes. Josh Allen's going to have to add with this running game, and I think he will. Pick it in here. Bills +10. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Green Bay Packers. Right now, Bucks are +3.5. I'm gonna add that 7. I'm gonna make it Bucks 10.5, and I absolutely love this. You're gonna see a lot of Leonard Fournette, and this is in cold weather. I think cold weather helps keep this game close. And whenever you got Tom Brady in the playoffs, we could see the Packers up 21-3 in this game. We really well could see that. The Packers start fast, and the Bucks start slow. The Bucks even started slow against the Saints. They're lucky they weren't down 13-0 or 17-0 before they got on the board. Luckily, the Saints weren't playing up to their caliber, and that Bucks defense stepped up. But man, the Bucks start slow. But even with them starting slow, I like this 10.5. I like what Fournette's doing. I like Brayton Gronkowski in the game at the same time. That gives Brady protection. That opens up the play action. And Tom Brady is still one of the best in this league in terms of play action and throwing it deep. This playoffs, I've just been astounded by Tom Brady. The arm might look better than it ever has been. I want someone to come in and fact check me. I want someone to come in and give me some debate back. But is it just me, or is this the best and most crisp Brady's arms looked, in 6, 7, 8 years since the Randy Moss era, since the 70-yard passes down the sideline to Randy Moss? Brady is throwing dimes out there. Now, both of these receiving cores, they drop too many footballs, but I think it will put pressure on Aaron the Game Rodgers. We know Devontae Adams is great, but I think the Tampa Bay defense will have something in store. I think they're going to say Lazard, St. Brown, and whoever the hell else you are. You guys can beat us. We'll let you beat us. Lazard, can you get over a 100-yard game? Let's see. let's let you do it. But we're going to take Davante Adams out of this game. We're going to make sure we get a progressive rush on Aaron the Game Rodgers, and we're going to let you beat us, Lazard. Can you beat us, Lazard? Will you stop Tom Brady? Will Lazard stop Tom Brady from going to the Super Bowl? I don't think so, man. And the Bucs have to make that decision on defense. They don't have the personnel and the secondary to just say, oh, single coverage, two safeties up top. No, double coverage on Davante Adams. Everyone else man-to-man and press man-to-man like you did against Drew Brees. We know Aaron the Game Rodgers is going to have a better arm. We know he's going to play better than Drew Brees. But you still have to challenge him. You can't be scared of Lazard. You can't be scared of St. Brown. They're nothing in this league. When we get to these playoffs, these guys are nothing in this league. They're liabilities. They are liabilities. And this Bucs defense, they will stop the Packers run game. They will come up and win the run fits. That's one thing Todd Bowles will give you. But that's why Todd Bowles has to take away Davante Adams. If the Bucs let Davante Adams tear him up, if he goes for like 140, remember the Seahawks game in Lambeau Field last year when he went for like 140? You can't let that happen. You got to take him out of the game and make these other dudes beat you. You got to make Aaron Jones beat you in the pass game. You got to make Aaron Jones beat Devin White one-on-one. And if that's how the Packers win, so be it. You go home, you got Tom Brady next year with Gronk and everyone else coming back next year. But you do not let Davante Adams take this game away from you. And I think that's the type of rationale and mentality the Bucs will have. And this is a Packers team. Man, they'll play 2 quarters better than anyone else in the NFL. 2 flawless quarters, A+, A+, A+ on every single level. But then we'll see them just come out without life, without energy, without vibrance, and you can't do that against Tom Brady. Tom Brady will come back in this game if you have a lead. Tom Brady will extend his lead if you're not throwing full resistance at him. This is a battle, and you don't take Tom Brady out without going for the kill. Okay, I know that doesn't sound nice, but football's not a nice game, and unless you seriously got Tom Brady, you keep him in this game. You keep him hanging around. That is a recipe to take an out. That is a recipe for an upset. I got Buffalo +10, Tampa Bay +10.5. Hit the like button, subscribe. I got 2 over/under teasers for you guys. So right now we got the Chiefs, Bills, over/under 54.5. I'm going to add 10 to that. We're going to knock it up to 64.5, and I'm going under 64.5. Now, one team will score in the 30s, but I don't think both do. Secondly, if Mahomes plays, which he probably will, I'm concerned about the foot. And I think the Chiefs offense will, I'm not going to say they're going to be low energy, but I don't think it's going to be the heights we're accustomed to. Plus, the Bills defense is playing some pretty good ball. Same thing with the Chiefs defense. They're playing some pretty good ball. There's no Jalen Ramsey. There's nothing to write home about. But there's a bunch of pretty good players with an absolute beast like Chris Jones in that front who will give Josh Allen some problems. And this game is going to be decided in the 4th quarter. This game is going to be extremely close. That's why I like this under 64. I don't see either offense going haywire and exploding. So, next game, we got the Bucs Packers. Right now, the over/under is 51.5. I'm going to knock that down to 41 -10, and I'm going to go over 41. Tom Brady is going to put up points. Aaron the Game Rodgers is going to put up points. Even after what I said about this Tampa Bay secondary is just taking out Davante Adams, Aaron the Game Rodgers is worth 24 points. Tom Brady is worth 24 points. And then we're already pushed towards his over. And I think Tampa Bay will have some problems in the first half on offense, but I think they'll find their sea legs. I think they'll start seeing rhythm and symbiosis in the second half with this Tampa Bay offense. Also, the Packers, they're going to run the ball. And Tampa Bay is the hardest team in the league they're running against. But I think Tampa Bay will be worried about the pass. So I think in the first half, Green Bay will get that run game going. But in the second half, Green Bay's going to need to throw it. In the second half, Tampa Bay's going to need to throw it. I know you're going to get a little bit, if you wanted to get a little bit creative here, I would go under in the first half of the Bucs and Packers. You don't need to tease it. You don't need to touch it. Just bet the first half under. But as for the full game, I'm going to make over 41 on my teaser. Let me go through the teasers again, ladies and gentlemen. So far, we got Buffalo plus 10, Tampa Bay plus 10.5, Chief Bills under 64, Bucs Packers over 41. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. I will be here live Friday, 4:30 Eastern time for all your questions. Thank you, guys. Hit the like button. Share the videos. Best gambling show on the internet.